Back at the Wellness and Events Center in Newark, New Jersey, home of the number 4 seeded NJIT Highlanders. Trying for their first ever win in an ASUN championship game. They fall by the final of 80-76 to the 5th place Ospreys. But if you haven't joined Sam's club yet, you better get your membership.
I'll tell you what, this was a club that you would want to be in early in the game. Garrett Sams set the pace, knocking down threes early on. Donovan Greer came in, knocked down the only 2 threes for the Highlanders in that first half. The Ospreys were so efficient in the first 20 minutes of play when they get out to the 20-point lead. NJIT struggled mightily, especially in that first half against the zone defense. I'll tell you a guy who didn't struggle all game long, and that was Garrett Sams, including knocking down 3 of 3 from beyond the 3 in that first half.
Now, Rob, what was interesting is the Highlanders at home, they were down 20 at the half. It got worse. They were down 26 points at the 18:01 mark in the second half. It looked like the game might be over. The Highlanders at a couple of points got it to 3, even at 1 point down to 2. This Brian Kennedy-led squad didn't give up.
No, they didn't give up and didn't go away, but the Ospreys had just enough coming down the stretch. Early on in the game, though, NJIT just couldn't get into an offensive rhythm, and the fact that they got themselves down by that 26 points was really the biggest story of the ballgame. Noah Horschler, the ASUN newcomer of the year, with a couple of big plays. But as you said, Matt, NJIT did not go away. They didn't pack it in. They had some great defensive plays coming down the stretch, forcing turnovers in the second half and converting on those to get back in the ball game.
Garrett Sams had a game high and career high 28, but the Highlanders had many other heroes in this game. San Antonio Brinson off the bench was a rebound shy of his first career double-double. He had a career-high 15 points leading the charge. Donovan Greer, who's been coming on strong, had 14 for the Highlanders. Balanced attack, they would get Anthony Tarkin double digits with 12 there. 13 for Shaquan Gibbs, who was big down the stretch, as was Zach Cooks to a 10. So 5 double-digit scorers, but they just couldn't climb the mountaintop all the way. And in the end, really free throw shooting was the difference in the game. You don't see it on these highlights, but it was the ability of the Ospreys shooting into that student section from the line to seal the deal for Matthew Driscoll.
Well, they scored their last 13 points from the foul line. They needed all of those because of the energy late in the ball game by NJIT to fight their way back into it. But especially Garrett Sams. He had 14 points in the first half. He had 14 points in the second half as well. Able to knock down 12 of 13 from the line. And really, it was the foul shooting late that was able to survive the late barrage of three-point shooting and excellent defense by NJIT to get themselves back in the ball game. But their ability to finish it from the line, just a little bit too much for the Osprey.
Yeah, and you think back, it was really a play that you won't see in the highlights that maybe was the #1 biggest play in this game. With a 2-point lead, North Florida missed a free throw. The Highlanders had a chance inside of 1 possession to have the ball, inside of 20 seconds to play, but Sams didn't give up on a missed free throw, got an offensive rebound that broke the back of the Highlanders, and as a result, they will go on with a date with their interstate rival, Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, on Thursday at Alico Arena. They have won 4 consecutive quarterfinal games here in their history of ASUN play. Meanwhile, the Highlanders again fall to 0-3, have yet to move on in the ASUN championship in the 3 years they have been a member of the ASUN tournament. But you know what? For a game that could have gotten ugly when they were down so much early on, it was entertaining here from Newark, New Jersey. So that's it for Rob Kennedy, Matt Province saying thanks for watching. North Florida, the victors here tonight.